In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve these two equations. So let's look at the first one. If I were to give you this number 8 here, this here is number 8. If you were to log this, let's say log base, I don't know, it could be anything. Let's say log base 5. The 3, the power is able to come down here. So that's the same as 3 log base 5 of 2. So whenever you encounter this 3 and then a log, you can push the 3 back up to here. You can push a 3 back up. So here, to solve this, we're going to push a 3 back up there. So it will look like this. Push a 3 up there, so that will then become log base 2 x to the power 3. And then on the right hand side, it stays the same. Now when you have an equation, you can add equally, take away equally, where you can exponentiate both sides equally with base 2. So you have 2 to the power of this whole thing, and then 2 to the power of the whole thing. So whenever these two are the same, they in a way they cancel each other out to give you x to the power 3. And then these two being the same, they in a way they cancel each other out to give you 64. So let's start again here. So whenever you're here, in your mind, exponentiate both sides with base 2. So in your mind, you picture this, 2 to the power of that thing, 2 to the power of that thing. These two being the same, they cancel each other out. So the next step, in your mind, exponentiate both sides with base 2. They cancel each other out to give you x to the power 3. Just write x to the power 3 equals, well, this side, you know the two 2's are going to cancel each other out to give you 64. So when you come to write it, just jump from here to here. And then now cube root both sides, so x equals 4. So that's your answer for the first one. So for the second one, just know that whenever you have log a divided by b, that's the same as log of a take away log of b. And then I'm expecting you to know this. So one thing take away another, you can merge these two together into one fraction. One log block take away another block, you can merge them together. But be careful, there's a 2 here. If you let's say you've got this thing here and then minus, there is no 2 here, but let me put a 2 in here. Let me just put the 2 in there to illustrate something. Equals 1. So if there's a 2 there, you can factor out the 2. So it will look like this. Log base 4 of x minus, factor out the 2. And then you've got a log block on its own, a log block on its own. You can merge them together because you've removed the 2 here. You remove the 2. Here, you can't join them up. So that 2 there is no 2 here. So you've got to push the 2 back up to the x. So to solve the second one, hang on. To solve the second one, push the 2 back up there. So it will look like this. Log base 4, and then push a 2 up here. So x squared minus log base 4 of this thing here equals 1. So now you've got a log block with no constant in front. Up here you had a constant here, so you couldn't merge them together. Now that you push it up there is no constant. So log base, same base, you can merge them together into 1. So whenever it's takeaway, it's one thing divided by another thing. So that will then give you log base 4 of one thing divided by the other thing equals 1. So now whenever you encounter log base 4, in your mind, you can add equally, take away equally. You can exponentiate both sides equally with base 4. So 4 to the power of this whole thing, and then 4 to the power of 1. So in a way, they cancel each other out to give you x squared over x minus 1. And this 4 to the power of 1 is 4. So hang on, let's start again here. Whenever you're here, in your mind, exponentiate both sides with base 4. So in your mind, imagine there's a 4 here and a 4 here. And then in a way, they cancel each other out. So hang on, let's start again. You're here, exponentiate both sides with base 4. So the two 4's will cancel each other out. So what you write down is x squared over x minus 1. And then 4 to the power of 1, which is 4. So now it's just a quadratic here. Now solve this. Multiply by the denominator. X squared equals 4 bracket x minus this thing here. And then now, hang on. And then now, it's just a matter of solving this quadratic, which I'm expecting you to know. So multiply this out, 4x minus 4. So that would then be x squared equals 4x minus 4. To solve a quadratic, get it equal to 0. So take away this, add this. So that would be x squared, take away 4x, add 4, and then equals 0. Factorize this. Two numbers multiplied together to give you a 4. Well, it must be a 2 and a 2. So hang on. Negative 2 and negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2 would be positive 4. Well, I'm expecting you to know how to solve this. So x equals 2. So now we can test it. So to solve this, x is actually the number 2. So let's test this. X is 2. So remember, x equals 2. So put this into here. So that will be 2 log base 4 of 2. Take away log base 4. When you put the 2 in there, take away 1. That would be 1 equals this thing here. So what is this block here? So you don't understand this block. So 4 to the power of what equals this thing here. And the whole log block is talking about this. Can you see? This must be the number 0. 4 to the power of 0 is 1. So this block here is the number 0. What is this block here? Well, we don't understand what it means to have log base 4 of 2. So let's translate it. Your eyes zoom into the 4. 4 to the power of what equals this number here, 2. And then it must be square root. Square root of 4 is 2. So square root is really to the power of a half. The whole log block is actually a half. So that would be a block, this 2 here, and then the whole log block is actually a half. So 2 times a half would be 1. So this whole thing here would be 1. Take away 0 equals 1. You can see 1 take away 0 is 1. So this equation is true when x equals 2. Okay?